Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me Martin and I'm here to talk about the PS Plus games for the month of December 2020. Now, this is the final month of 2020. Did it end with a bang or did it end with a big flop? Let's find out. Now, the first game I want to talk about is Worms Rumble because I played this game with my friends and it was a huge amount of fun. You have really amazing customization with a lot of different options you can choose for customization, and you unlock even more options as you level up and continue in the game, and it's just a very good customization. You also got very good map design with 3 different maps that all feel very different and unique and are all very memorable. You have a huge amount of different weapons. There's no different varieties, but that doesn't really matter. There's just a lot of different weapons you can use. You can also use a lot of gadgets, a lot of different grenades and stuff, and that's all cool. And there's some very unique weapons in here, like the sheep launcher and the really overpowered hammerhead, and it's all very fun. You have a lot of good traversal with like a roll that speeds you up, and you can do wall jumps so you can climb anywhere. You can also pick up a jetpack or a grapple hook, and that expands the possibility of traversal even more. Combat is simple, but it is very fun, and it becomes complex because of all of the different weapons and gadgets and mobility that people use in the map design, and it's just all becomes really fun. The only problem is that there's very few modes, which is a pretty big problem, that there's only like 3 modes plus a tutorial, but it's not that bad for me, and I give this game a very solid 8 out of 10. Now, let's talk about Just Cause 4, because I think this game is very fun, but yet very flawed. First of all, you have very good graphics. The game looks very impressive. You have beautiful landscapes, beautiful characters and their designs, and it all looks very good. You have very fun traversal with your grapple hook, of course, and your parachute and wingsuit and all that, and you could just soar above the skies and rise up mountains really fast, and it's just a lot of fun. You could also have a bunch of different vehicles that you can go into, but there's really no point of that because the standard traversal is very good. And combat is also very fun. Now they added like 3 different grapple shots. The regular one that like brings 2 things closer together. You have one with boosters, and you have one with balloons that like brings things up. And this has a lot more fun possibilities, and you can really just have a lot of fun with this. And just the overall gameplay is very fun. But now we get to the big problems. The story and characters are massively uninteresting. They are so just uninteresting and bad, and just forget it. Like, don't go into this game expecting a good story. It's also a very checklist type game, like with a bunch of stuff you gotta do on the map, and like, yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of checklist games. Also, I feel like a lot of the missions don't take full use of like all the gadgets and fun you could have all of this. A lot of the missions are very boring and uninteresting. There are some really cool and very fun ones, and some that like are fun, but like overall I feel like there's too many missions that I just didn't really like. But overall this game's good, and I give it a 7 out of 10. And now we get to the final game, Rocket Arena. And I feel like this game is an extremely mixed bag. First of all, it looks very good, like the designs and graphics and colors, like it's all very solid. Nothing really that amazing, but it's solid. You got very fun gameplay with like shooting rockets at each other, and like you have all of these different characters that have all of these different abilities, and all the characters feel different, and all their abilities are very different, and all of that is really amazing. And you have great traversal with you flying through the air, shooting rockets at each other. It's all on the gameplay side. It is all very solid and very good. But what is my problem with this game? Well, just like Worms Rumble, it has very few modes, And I was gonna originally give this game an 8 out of 10, like Worms Rumble, because it feels on that same spot. But this game has a massive problem. Before you can play an online match with your friends, you have to first complete an unskippable tutorial, and that alone isn't that bad, like I don't really care. But then you have to play 5 matches against bots before you can play a regular match. Like, why? It's so stupid that like the game forces you to play all of these matches against bots. Like, I didn't ever get to play this game with my friends because like they weren't gonna go through all the trouble of playing all those matches just to see if this is a fun game they want to play with me. Like in Worms Rumble, we went in, they did a short tutorial, and then they jumped right into a match and found out that they really liked the game. But that's not the case here. Like I just said, don't bother because I have a feeling that most of my friends won't go through this whole 5 matches to play with me, and this just really brings the game down to a 7. And if you and your friends are willing to go through those 5 matches to see if you guys like the game, then go ahead, but I don't recommend it otherwise. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.